Welcome to the Tank so much, a place where you get to see people perform their shows, puppetry, musical theater, dance, whatever we do here is free for the performers and the staff. It's a place where we offer free resources. If you're a performer, if you're a writer, if you're a dancer, if you're a performer in general, okay, like I am, I'm an actor, please contact me at the info@thetank.nyc.org, or you can call us up as well. I do have some housekeeping notes. Please make sure if you have any phones, please silence them or put them on vibrate. If you have any snacks like gum, candy, chewing, like gummy worms, please make sure you keep them to a minimum. Once again, if you have any information, if you have any questions, please see me at the box office. I love to have you. Thank you so much for coming tonight on this weird weather, weekend, train, craziness, Manhattan stuff. Enjoy your time, and once again, thank you so much. Welcome to the Tank.
Hello, everyone, again. My name is Ryan Duncan-Ayala. I am the creator of the Frontera Series, and I'm very grateful for y'all to be here today to witness the incredible Esme Maria Ing. Incredible play, Fish Me, directed by Michelle Chan. Performed by an absolutely brilliant cast during this wonderful AAPI Heritage Month. So let's give it up for that one. The Frontera series is all about identifying and doing readings of playwrights that are the next frontier of the American theater. And I think that is a perfect example of what we're going to see here tonight, and what we're going to continue seeing monthly for the Frontera series. So we have June 10th coming up, The Pits by Abe Johnson, if you want to come for that. And also July 8th, we have SMJ's show, Small Town Icons, and SMJ's in the audience with us tonight. And the best part is, you know, for the Frontera series, sometimes plays get produced right after, sometimes it takes a little bit, you know how the development series is. You know, you guys know, right? But you're not gonna have to wait too long to see Fish Meat again, because Fish Meat will be in the She NYC Festival, and so you can follow Fish Meat's journey at, is it Fish Meat Play? Fish Meat Play on Instagram. It's August 2nd and 3rd at the Connolly Theater. And if you like what you see here tonight, you can donate and support. We have QR codes all over the place, so you can support that production that's coming up.
Oh, shit, it's me. Hi, and so this is an insanely special day for us. We sold out. Audience that will see this version of Fish Meat. I was writing like 2 days ago. No one has seen this version yet. And because it's such a special day, we wanted to make a special offer for you. So for our campaign for Fish Meat, we have a couple of donation tiers. So depending on the level you donate, you get some special gifts, some perks. And so for today and today only, we are offering the first 2 tiers half off. So if you donate $50, you will get a shout out on our Instagram. For $100, you will get a shout out on our Instagram, plus access to an exclusive bi-weekly newsletter with some behind the scenes look, updates on the production, our process, how it's going. And it's gonna be so cute. And so fun. All donate and all keep in touch with us.
And remember, every cent counts. I know a lot of things are going on in the world right now, and a lot of things need our money. So we appreciate you all for being here with us, and whatever you can offer, just you being here and supporting us means a lot. Every donation is tax deductible and will go towards compensating our artists and bring this play that you are about to see to fruition and have a staged full production. And without much further ado, here is Fish Meat!
Fish Meat, a play by Esme Maria Ing. Note on staging. I imagine all 4 actors sharing the stage for the entire play. Scenes on the boat take place on an elevated platform while the scenes in modern day take place on the stage floor. During scenes when one pair is in action and the other isn't, I imagine that they are unlit but there. The lights never fully go down, kind of like how Earth's always got a little sunlight or a little moonlight going on, you know what I mean? Welcome to Act 1. The lights up on Ro and Mingzu rise standing in their separate worlds.
I was obsessed with fish as a kid. There was this pond behind my parents' house,
This river behind my parents' house,
where I would watch the fish.
and cracked a net from the reeds. I would wade into the water until it touched my kneecap and wait for them to come.
I would watch them for hours. And I remember thinking to myself, how on earth are they moving so fast?
After a long day, I would bring home carp for my family.
My whole childhood, I remember being bored in class and my mind drifting to fish. Wondering, why couldn't I swim that fast? What makes a fish such a good swimmer?
From then on, I fished every day. I grew very adept at being able to see through the ripples and could tell which reflections of light were waves and which were fish. When my mother saw the 3 large fish I brought home, she cried. She steamed 2 of them and salted the third.
It was the bones.
I watched as they spat out the bones, breathing out with fullness and relief.
I took an intro to biology course my first year of undergrad where we looked at this specimen of a red fire goby, Nematoleotris magnifica. This specimen had gone through this process of preserving the tissue while making it permeable to dyes. Then you dye different parts of the body different colors. Blue for the cartilage, red for the bones.
My mother used to say that the river and I saved our family, and that made me so proud. I sat by the river and thanked it every day.
And you end up with a see-through fish with a completely intact skeleton. It's a bit horrifying if you're not into that sort of thing, but to me, it is the most beautiful thing in the world. Those bones are tiny. There's so many.
I didn't think that the river could flood. I didn't think it could kill my mother and my brother so swiftly.
Look at a human hand. It can wiggle and rotate. It holds entire languages, and it does it with 27 bones, 8 carpal bones, 5 metacarpal bones, and 14 phalanges. The average fish has 150 bones in their body, as well as membranes and cartilage that help it to wiggle and move through water at lightning paces. It makes the human hand look so clunky, rudimentary, basic.
When the water receded, it left these fish behind on land, and within days, all that was left was the bones. Seeing our home covered with little bones was a sign to my father that I couldn't keep living here. The best thing I can do for my family now is to leave and hopefully return with a better situation.
In the story of evolution, bones are the structure, the bridge that connects one species to another. The details are in the stuff that decays. The flesh, feathers, scales, skin, hair, the meat. Those are the missing details.
I will miss my home, but I'm sure I will be back soon, and in truth, I am very excited to see what San Francisco has to offer.
Lights shift, sounds of many people traveling at once. A mix of noises from a Hong Kong ship dock in 1890 and a San Francisco airport in 2022. We see Mingzu, a 14-year-old girl carrying a satchel. She wanders the stage for a bit, uneasy about where to go. She is in the year 1890. She begins to board a ramp onto a boat. On that same ramp, we see Ro, 22, coming down the opposite direction with a carry-on bag. Ro is in the year 2022. As she descends the ramp, her phone begins to ring. She removes her headphones, the song cuts out.
Hey, I just got off the plane. Where are
Oh
my god! Doria!
I missed you.
I missed you too. Oh my god!
And your professor is satchel. Woman in step. Woman in step.
Okay,
Woman in
we
step.
are staring, and it's probably bad to trans in an airport.
You can never leave me again. So much has happened. I've been lost without you. The dishwasher broke as soon as you left, and I don't know how to fix it. And I think our super is still mad at me from when I tried to make paper, and the hallway smells really bad.
You've been washing the dishes by hand for 4 months?
No. I've been leaving them out for the feral cats to lick clean and then put them back in the cat. It's sustainable. Hi. Hi. I really missed you.
I missed you too.
Daria grabs Ro's suitcase and starts walking.
Okay, tell me everything. How was Florida? Did you like the internship? Did you discover a new fish?
Florida was good. I love my internship. I did not discover any new fish, but I worked with people who have discovered new fish in recent years.
So glad you're back. I was worried you'd marry a gator man and I'd never see you again. Okay, so even though I figured you definitely desperately miss San Francisco, because obviously I'm here and I'm wonderful, I wanted to make sure that you remembered one of the many things that makes the city better than Florida.
Daria mischievously pulls out a small bag of weed.
Are you serious? We are in an airport.
The two giggles as lights go down on them. Lights up on the boat. Mingzu ascends onto the deck of the steamboat. She looks around uneasily and peers over the edge into the water. The view of the water overwhelms her and she takes a few steps backwards from dizziness. Chun Fun, her agent/escort, enters.
If you're easily seasick, you should either stay in the women's barrack or focus on the horizon. Either way, do not vomit. There's only so much food ration for each person aboard.
Oh, no, I'm not. I have an excellently strong stomach and I'm good with water. It's, well, actually, it's just, it's higher up than.
Yeah, sure. Just don't throw up.
I am Mingju.
Okay.
And you.
Sound fun.
Ah, my father is very grateful for your partnership and the effort taken on your part to make this arrangement. When we arrive in America, I am sure to perform my duties with exceeding expectations.
You mean you will exceed expectations?
Yes, I will perform with exceeding expectations. Where are you from?
Guangdong.
Me too!
I know.
Right. You knew that. Have you been to America before?
I'm a citizen there.
Really? What is that like? Is it easy to secure? Was it an arduous process? What are white people like? They sound horrible.
It's helpful.
White people?
No, they're very precise. But citizenship is a helpful tool for my line of work
As an agent. Right, of course. Because how else could you go between China and America to find good employees like myself? Not that I'm overly egotistical. I am a good worker, but I don't brag. I'm going to do very well in this position, and I will not talk too much about it. Starting now. I haven't had much experience as a servant before, but I assure you that I have an incredible work ethic and have taken care of many people. My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my other brother, and I imagine that the act and service of caring for a family member will not be too difficult and too different in principle from the act and service of caring for the head of another household, being that most people have similar needs and I'm very good at fulfilling needs, whatever they may be. So, do you enjoy?
You do realize that this voyage is 33 days long.
Yes, I am aware.
Do you plan on filling each of those 33 days with nonsensical squawking?
I plan on being an active participant in this business venture and doing whatever I believe will make this voyage most interesting and productive for us both. Unless, of course, you, as my agent, have something better to do with your 33 days aboard this ship. A ship which, based upon everything I know so far, you are on board for the sole purpose of bringing me to San Francisco. We are both here under the same contract of employment. It doesn't make us both equals, but it does make us both here. So, how do you like San Francisco?
It is a wonderful place. There's a mountain made of gold, drawing more and more of us. It is a place of fortune, peace, and opportunity. A respite from the calamities of home. The buildings, they glisten like sunlight off a creek. The sky is vaster than the ocean. So lovely it often seems as though the entire city was painted by hand. And every day I see people just like you and me, making their fortunes and supporting their families. There's nowhere else you'd rather be.
We're very lucky.
Indeed.
What else can you tell me about America?
What do you mean? I just did the whole spiel. Beauty, opportunity, that's like the whole thing.
I mean, how do I make the most out of this opportunity. I want to do very well.
Don't worry about it, you'll do fine.
But you see, I have a younger sister.
I know.
Right, I get it. You know everything about me. The point is, I want her to join me. My hope is that I will succeed in this position so that I can garner enough funds to bring her over myself. How can I accomplish such a task?
I've already spoken with your father about it. In a year, I will, if you do well in your position, I will return to Guangdong and your sister will have the same opportunity as you.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness, thank you so much. That's already so helpful, knowing that there are already plans for her to come join us.
Of course, as per your ability to care for her, that will depend.
Yes, of course, I completely understand. My word will have to speak for itself. But still, I thank you very dearly. I wanted to bring her with me, but as you know, my family couldn't part with us both all at once. Were your family farmers? Or...
Have you been to your quarters yet?
Oh, no, not yet.
You will need to find a place for these.
He hands her a wooden box.
What are these?
No, please don't open.
Mingzu opens the box to reveal a bunch of eggs.
Are there no eggs in America?
No,
That's a shame. I rather like eggs.
it does not matter.
I don't think I should keep eggs in my quarters. They will rot.
They're not going to rot.
Mingzu gently places a finger on one.
Don't touch them.
I see. These are precious eggs?
Precisely.
Okay. To each his own. So, were your family farmers?
What?
Well, you say you are also from Guangdong, and everyone I know is either a farmer or a fisherman. My father is a fisherman.
Yes, my father runs a small sweet potato farm. He does well enough, but like your father, the floods in recent years have made it more difficult to manage.
Yes. We lost my mother and her newborn baby in the last flood. The water seeped into our house and we all became ill, but they died very quickly since he was just born and she had just given birth.
That's common. I'm sorry.
Had my mother lived, I probably would have stayed in Guangdong, but it seemed that it would be best for my family for me to go to America and stake my claim, like you did. Anyways, thank you for bringing me on this journey, Chen. I will never forget it. I look forward to our time together. Good night.
Good night.
Mingzu bows and exits below deck. Chen-Fun stays and looks at the stars in the water. Daria and Ro are in their apartment's common space-kitchen. While Ro talks, Daria is sitting next to her window, smoking a joint.
It was amazing and overwhelming and inspiring and stressful and exhausting. It was crazy.
I'll bet. How long have you been up?
I couldn't sleep last night, so I'm probably past the 24-hour mark, but honestly, I don't feel it. I don't feel anything. Like, my brain is disconnected from my body, and it's just like, woo, floating around outside my head. Sick. I know, right? What have you been up to?
Same old stuff. Making my silly little art pieces, making minimum wage, making it make sense. I'm living the dream. Tell me more about your conference. Did you have a laser pointer doodad for your presentation?
Well, it wasn't my presentation.
Well, you worked on it, and you went to the thing to talk about it. I think that makes it yours.
Well, it was about Professor Erickson's research on gobies, which are teeny tiny fish that live all across the world. But there's a type of goby in California called the tidewater goby that live in little tide pools on the beach that are going extinct. I know. But she's been researching how gobies interact with their environment and how human activity and climate change are altering goby activity. The rising temperatures in the water is making the gobies go elsewhere, so we're finding them in places we wouldn't have before. And the thing about tidewater gobies, which is interesting but also kind of concerning, is that they're very resilient and adaptable. Most fish aren't able to survive in those lagoons, so the fact that they're endangered just shows how unadaptable the world is becoming due to climate change.
Oh my God, that reminds me.
What?
I've been developing a theory about climate change.
You know how to end climate change.
No. I know how we're gonna survive.
Say more.
Okay, so hear me out. Mind walk with me for a minute. So you know how all life started in the ocean and like fish learned to walk and then humans were born?
That's not how that happened.
For my one, I have a theory. If species evolve in response to their surroundings so they can continue to survive, and we are heading towards a climate disaster that will melt the ice caps and raise sea levels, causing flooding, then, and just hear me out, what if humans evolved back into fish?
I'm too high for this.
Just think about it. The humans that survive the floods will probably be good swimmers with big lung capacity, and they'll be fucking the other good swimmers that are all swole with a bunch of body fat. And those genes will go on and on until eventually the only humans that make it will be big, good swimmers with big lungs, which might look similar to a little thing we got right now called whales.
Whales.
Humans are going to become whales to survive climate change, which means that even if they're not real right now, mermaids low-key make a lot of sense.
Whales are not fish.
Okay, fine, so my naming is up, but like scientifically, how valid is my hypothesis?
Do I think it's scientifically possible for mermaids to evolve from humans surviving the climate crisis?
And theoretically, how long would it take for us all to turn into whales?
Well, most lasting evolutionary changes take about 1 million years. But some species evolve faster than others. Horses evolve different traits over the course of a couple years. Bacteria evolve all the fucking time, so that's why there's a new flu shot every year.
So it could happen.
It could happen.
Yes!
Do not tell anyone in my field that I endorse the mermaid theory just yet. I'm needing to do it. How'd you come up with this?
Cindy was asking about you and when we could come visit you at the aquarium again so she could ask you if mermaids were real, and it got me thinking.
Cindy should be fucking president. I love that you're nannying that 8-year-old that thinks about evolutionary implications of climate change.
Yeah, it makes me feel better about humanity's prospects. So do you think there's still hope for the gobies?
Yeah, there's hope for the gobies.
I'm sorry, it's like you're cheering on a sports team, but the team mascot are bees. Go bees! What else happened?
Anna talked on a panel.
Oh, it's Anna now.
Yeah, I call her Anna now. We're like colleagues.
That's so sick.
Anyway, it was a talk about being a woman in the sciences, and I don't know, I can't really articulate just how like smart she sounds when she talks. She can just really command a room.
Well, you're gonna be that bitch commanding room soon.
Oh God, if I can get a real fucking job someday.
She like discovered a whole ass fish recently, right?
Yeah, she found a new species of goby on her research trip last year.
So is there a new fish called the Anna Erickson goby now?
It's considered poor form to name a fish after yourself because having someone name a species after you is like a real honor. Only really cool people get. So usually because the naming rights holder sees that person as a mentor or a pillar in the field or just like a wonderful person. People have named species after their loved ones.
So, if you ever discover a fish, can you name one after me?
If I ever found a new goby, I would call it Daria Goby Day.
Maidsu enters onto the deck. It is nighttime. Chunfun is sitting on the crate reading a book.
Shouldn't you be in the women's quarters below deck?
The air is thick. It's too crowded. You can feel everyone's stinky, sweaty breath.
It's a steamship, not Chiffon.
What?
The Emperor's marble boat.
What the hell does he need a marble boat for?
I don't know. Prosperity and stuff.
You're making that up.
I am not.
R2? If it's real, then how come I've never heard of it?
You're 14.
Yes.
The Brits burned it when you were 1.
War.
Yeah.
Well, it can't actually have been made from marble.
Why not?
Because how would it float? It was probably just wood painted like marble. The Emperor wouldn't have wanted a boat that would sink to the bottom of the harbor. What would that say about his decision-making skills? Also, how can you even burn a boat if it's made out of marble?
No, it was definitely real marble. What are you doing up here?
I want to ask you more about America.
You'll find out in 6 weeks.
I don't want to find out in 6 weeks. I want to use these 6 weeks to prepare myself.
Prepare.
Gain familiarity. Know what to expect. So when I get there, I can quickly adapt to American life and be a good employee. You have been to America, haven't you?
Of course I have.
I don't think you've been to America.
I have.
No, it makes total sense that you wouldn't be able to describe a place you claim to have been
I've
to.
made this trip back and forth a bunch of times. More than anyone else on this trip.
How many times?
6! And they don't just let anyone go back and forth, you know? So you should keep that in mind. I'm a person of importance.
Really? Your position is important enough that the Americans let you go back and forth whenever you want?
Oh yeah, I'm a big deal.
Then you would know what they want from me. I'm not looking for the answers to a dozen questions. I really just want to know what I can do so that I can stand out to my new employer as a good worker. For example, downstairs, I was thinking about how impressive it would be if I was able to speak English upon arrival.
You want to learn English over the course of a few weeks at sea?
Not the whole language, but some key phrases, things that would be useful. Like that. You're reading an English book. That's impressive. What is it? Let me see.
No.
Please, let me see, please.
Okay, fine.
I don't know what that says.
Right.
Read it to me.
It's called Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There. It's a book that came out last year by an English author named Lewis Carroll. He's very popular. It's about a girl named Alice walking through a mirror to another world and the things she found there.
What did Alice find there?
Alice. That's what the book is about.
You can't just tell me. I think it would help if I knew what you found at the very least, because then I could pretend that I've read the book and can converse with the Americans about it.
It's not that simple. It's weird. Lots happens. And also nothing happens. There's a goat.
What kind of name is Alice?
It's very common in America. Have you thought of an English name?
English name?
Some people choose an English name to use when they're in America. It can help an employer remember you.
I don't know any English names.
None?
I don't know any English people.
Fair.
Why not this one?
Who, Alice?
Yes, Alice. It's popular and I already know how to say it. So, how about I be Alice when I get there?
Alice works.
Then you must call me Alice for the rest of this voyage. I'll need to get used to it.
You shouldn't get used to making requests if you want to do well. I'm going to bed. It suits you. You will make a great Alice.
John Fun exits the deck. Light shift to an apartment. Ro and Dario in the apartment looking at a picture on Ro's phone.
Ew! Oh my god! It's so creepy. It's beautiful. I love it. It's so weird.
So that is what we call a dragonfish.
Shut up. That's perfect. I'm serious. I'm gonna have nightmares about a weird little dragony, slithery eel skeleton crawling into my bed at night. How'd you make it look like that?
We treat the tissue so that it becomes transparent but doesn't disintegrate. Then dye the bones so we end up with this clear fish and a full intact skeleton we can look at while it's still inside the body.
So the fish is dead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit sad.
If it makes you feel better, it was dead when we found him.
Do you think you could do that to my body when I die? I want a really punk rock funeral.
I need a very big jar.
So this is what you're gonna do after your PhD? Fishy mortuary arts?
Taxonomy.
You're gonna stuff dead deer for decoration?
No, that is taxidermy. Taxonomy is the science of naming things.
And that's like its whole own thing?
Yeah, it's basically what I do now. My job is basically to catalog different species and to name them, know what they're called, etc. It's kind of hard out here for taxonomists. Like, the profession is underfunded and undertrained, but it's foundational to every other biological study out there.
I'd assume so. Like, how are you gonna study a fish if you don't know what it's called?
Exactly. Then there's lots of practical applications like working in conservation, identifying invasive species. And it's also just fascinating. It's a bit of an art. But enough about me. What's new with you?
Ooh, oh my god, I forgot to tell you.
What?
Remember that white, dainty lesbian from Hinge I was seeing? The one that makes rings out of old spoons?
Only vaguely. I assume that fizzled.
Oh, it fizzled. So the last day we went on, we were, but then I could feel some tension on his part, and I was like, hey, let's stop. Is everything okay? You seem kind of tense, and what proceeded was the strangest conversation I've ever had with a guy.
Oh god.
They were like, it's not a big deal, but you make noises during sex. And I'm like, I know. Is that a problem for you? No, it's not. It's hot. It's hot, don't get me wrong. But you make a specific noise that's like, it's like a moan, but it's squeaky. It's just, what? And he goes, you sound like an anime character.
No!
And they just start rambling. Like, I know how that must sound, but like, that's exactly why I don't feel good about it. Because it's like, I'm fucking you and you're really hot, but then you make a sound that's reminiscent of this like gross pedophilic image of an Asian girl, and I feel gross because I find you hot, but I don't find that hot. And I don't even watch anime because it's weird to me. But it's, here's a show about a ramen shop and suddenly a 14-year-old tits are taking up the whole screen. And you're making a noise like the one you make, and I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to feel insecure about it, but you asked me to be honest, so I'm trying to be honest. Me fucking you does not make me a pedophile.
They did not say that.
I cannot. Hashtag never forget.
I am so sorry. And also, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
No, literally after that, I was like, I don't think I want to keep dating you, but also thank you for this gift. I'm gonna use it in my art. I'm gonna art. Me fucking you does not make me a pedophile.
Okay, so what about non-dating stuff? Are you still thinking about going back for your MFA this fall?
No. I waited too long and didn't get my materials done in time. I'll go back when I know it'll be fun.
Chun Fun enters. Mingzu's holding the box of eggs outside on the deck.
What are you doing?
If I were a baby chick, I would not want to grow up in an egg underneath a bed. So we're getting some air.
The eggs don't need air.
I'm so confused. Are you hatching chickens in America or not?
Just put them back. They're not for hatching.
But
Please, just put them back.
fine.
Mingzu leaves and comes back without the eggs.
Good.
Why are you so strange?
I've never acted strange in my life.
You don't talk to anyone. The women downstairs notice.
You shouldn't be talking about me with the other women.
It's nothing bad. They just think you're very shy.
Anyone would seem shy next to you.
You're welcome. For returning the eggs to the trunk. This is me signaling you to say
Thank you.
my pleasure. How's your evening?
What do you mean?
Oh my god, it's a conversation. How many siblings do you have?
Why do you want to know?
Because you know how many siblings I have, and I'm bored and I don't want to go back to my quarters.
I have 5 younger siblings,
Wow, so you are the oldest son?
in a sense.
Do you have an older brother?
No.
So you are the oldest son.
I am the oldest son because my older brother died.
Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was so rude of me.
No, you're not rude.
How did he die?
Opium. I found him in the river.
I'm so sorry. It's a terrible thing.
It's fine.
How old was he?
He was 16 and I was 14. When he died, I took over his position with the agency.
When my little brother died, I realized that there's no name for a sibling who has lost a sibling, which I think demonstrates how confusing of a situation it is. Does taking on his job make you feel closer to him?
In a way.
What else has happened in the...
Oh. So now Alice is trying to cut a slice of cake, but every time she slices it, it fuses back together.
Why do people like this?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure yet.
Do you want to keep reading it?
Yeah, I'll finish it.
Can you tell me what's happening?
I'm halfway through.
You don't need to start over. You said it's nonsense anyway, so starting in the middle would make sense.
Junfen returns to his seat, and Mingzu sits next to him.
Chapter 7. The Lion and the Unicorn.
Dara is dancing and mixing pre-game cocktails while Ro is in their bedroom getting dressed. Some upbeat music is playing in the background.
Does it fit? Not really. Really? I so thought it would fit.
No, it goes on my body, just not well.
Let me see.
Ro comes out in a bodycon party dress that they are clearly uncomfortable in.
You look great.
Bullshit.
Well, your ass looks great.
Oh, really?
Wait. I know what to do.
Daria goes into her bedroom.
Do you still have that white button down from when we catered at that alumni party?
Yeah?
Excellent.
Daria comes back with a bunch of things in hand.
You trust me, right?
Yes, but I have trepidations now.
Okay, yes, they do work. Put this on under this, and the white button down over it. Oh, and the earrings that I borrow all the time.
Ro heads back into her bedroom.
So were the other kids in your cohort nice? Did you make any new best friends I might need to fight for your attention?
Yeah, they were cool, but we each had different foci and different supervisors, so we didn't get to hang out much.
Sounds like they worked you to the bone.
A bit, but you know,
Worth it?
worth it.
Ro comes out in the outfit Daria picked out, slapped with a lingerie bodysuit, an open white button-up shirt, and gold earrings. Very chic, much more her.
You look fucking hot.
Really?
Dude, I need to document this.
Daria starts taking pictures of Ro on her phone.
Okay, let me see. Shy. Now give me Calvin Klein. Now femme fatale. Yes! Like you could kill a bitch right now and feel absolutely nothing. I'm a genius.
Ro looks in the common room mirror. She's impressed.
Yeah, I see you. You see it. We all see it.
You've done excellent work.
Daria grabs the drink she was mixing earlier.
To your return.
My return.
Oh!
What?
How much more do you trust me?
What?
Does the outfit earn me some credit?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Just this once. If you hate it, we can wipe it off. I won't be offended at all.
Because it is a special night, you may do my eye makeup.
Yes! Well,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Daria runs to the other room and grabs her makeup kit. While she's rummaging, it is early morning on the deck of the steam ship.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I had another question about San Francisco.
Do tell.
San Francisco is on the coast, correct?
Correct. It's on the western coast, the furthest west you can go.
We are going east.
What?
We're sailing east. The sun rises in front of us that way.
Yeah, but they call America the West.
Why?
Because it's westward.
From what?
Us.
No, it's not. We're sailing east.
Well, in America, we're from the east.
There, east.
Yeah, but it's like, can you just, okay.
Okay. I was thinking about it because if it's on the coast, then there's probably a lot of fishermen, and our employer likely works with them in some capacity.
I suppose so, yes.
I think that's a way I can be helpful. I know a lot about fish. When our employer needs someone to go to market, I could probably get a good price.
Probably.
I'm also very good at fishing. My mother always thought I'd be a good fisherman's wife.
You hope to get married?
Oh, well, not for a while, of course. I know it's important to focus on my work. I'm sure that men like our employer have seen many young girls come to work for him as servants and get swept away by marriage, but that won't be me. But I do think, if the opportunity arises, I would like to marry one of our countrymen, like yourself. Not yourself, not obviously, I don't know what. Yes! I want to get married. Mainly though because it will help bring my sister over.
Right. What's she like?
My sister? She's wonderful. Very sweet, very pretty. A bit talkative though. To ramble.
That's so.
Oh yes, there were a lot of afternoons, especially once she got a bit older, that she'd begin a sentence or a story and you would think there'd be an end or at least a pause to the sentence or the story somewhere, and she would just rattle off what felt like forever until you begin to wonder if she's actually getting scared. What?
Nothing.
That's the first time I heard you laugh.
That was the first time you were funny.
Whatever, I'm very funny. Have you read any more of the book?
No, I was waiting
Reading?
only because I didn't want to have to re-explain it to you later. When I could just read it again with you around, and then I don't have to repeat it twice. That would just be an overexerted use of my voice, unless, of course.
I'd like to read with you.
Jonathan smiles and they take their seats, this time a little bit closer. Ro and Daria stood on the floor facing each other as Daria applied eye makeup to Ro. They are very close to one another.
Okay, what's the vision?
The vision is like I'm androgynous, hot, and hungover.
I don't want to look hungover.
Not like hungover. Like eyeshadow that says, "Oh me, I was out really late last night at this super sick event, and then we went to an after party, and now I'm pulling up to brunch. I made out with my model friend who just got back from Berlin last night, like it's no big deal."
Your eyeshadow talks a lot.
Eyeshadow monologues, baby. Listen, it's gonna be amazing. Not that you even need it. You're already hot as hell. Must you always do that?
Do what?
That.
What?
Yeah, I notice this all the time. People will tell you that you're pretty or hot, and you just shake it off like it's not true.
I know I'm pretty.
As you should.
I totally see it. Clear skin, mostly symmetric face, cheekbones. I know I'm pretty, but I don't feel pretty.
I get that.
It's like, how do I translate what someone else sees into an internal feeling that I have? And it's also like beauty standards and marketing and gender norms and other societal bullshit like that.
Big herd. Hired a whole fucking BA talking about societal bullshit.
Yeah, but you make stuff and like write things, which is sick.
I do love a little materialization of my internal self.
Okay.
But yeah. When people tell you things and they make you feel like you should feel a certain way, but you don't, it's like, okay, well, why tell me these things in the first place if I can't feel that way? Now you're just reminding me that I don't feel that way.
Exactly.
Daria holds up a lipstick. Ro nods yes. Daria begins applying the lipstick.
And so forgive me for saying this, because it really doesn't matter. But I think you're insanely beautiful, and you deserve to feel that way.
Daria and Ro are looking each other right in the eyes, their faces inches apart.
I believe you.
The music suddenly switches to Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh my god. I made Cotton Eye Joe my birth control alarm because I kept thinking it was a text and ignoring it.
Shot? Yeah. Each take a shot, trying not to be awkward. Chinese music fills in the space. Mingzu is swaying on the deck, listening to another passenger play from off stage. She is crying a little. Chen Fan enters with his book.
Good evening, Alice.
Aren't you supposed to be in the men's quarters below deck?
If you think the women's are damp and crowded, you shouldn't even think about the men's. Are you okay? What's wrong?
Well, nothing. I'm just being stupid.
You can tell me.
That's the first time you've ever encouraged me to speak more.
Tell me.
It must just be so lonely. I look out onto the water and I see miles and miles of nothing. But I don't feel lonely right now. I will feel lonely once we dock and we're suddenly in a city filled with thousands of people.
Is that your way of saying you'll miss me?
Maybe.
I think I know this song. There was a flute player in my village who'd play in the center of town. I used to walk by him every day and think, God, doesn't he know any other songs? But now I find I can't remember it until I hear it.
My father played a little. Not so much anymore, but
Why not?
he only ever did it to make my mother happy. Now, he tends to sleep.
Right. I see. Understandable.
What do you mean?
Well, only that, when you lose someone you love, things they enjoyed can hurt. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend.
You did. I agree. I only hope I never end up like that.
You hope you never lose someone you love.
Well, yes, but not that. People always lose people they love. That's just natural. I only hope that when I do lose someone I love, I don't lose myself as well. That I keep doing things that make me happy. I don't think my mother would have liked that my father stopped playing.
What things do make you happy?
Honestly? Fish.
Fish make you happy.
I know it's a bit odd.
Not really, your father is a fisherman.
Well, sort of. That's part of it. I love watching them. They're like shooting stars or silver clouds racing through the sky. I started fishing when I was about 7. I learned by watching my father, and when he couldn't, I would fish for him.
When he couldn't.
If he was sick and he needed to sleep.
Last year I was doing some business in Hong Kong. I met a few British men that would have loved you.
Ew.
You? Oh, not like that. I mean, they were scientists trying to collect information on local plants and animals and stuff. They asked me if I would take them to Guangdong so they would collect specimens, but I turned them down.
What made you turn them down?
Honestly,
Honestly.
I couldn't stand their fucking beards. I was going to spend a week traveling with them. God, they look like they had 2 giant fuzzy caterpillars sleeping on their jawlines. I had a thought about the thing that you were asking about fitting in America. Do you know how to dance? Would you like me to show you?
Yes?
Chen Fan leads Mingzhu into a Viennese waltz. It's clunky at first, with stumbles and sorries, but soon becomes graceful and fluid. Chen Fan and Mingzhu continue dancing as lights rise up on Daria and Ro at a karaoke bar. The flute music turns into the karaoke machine backing of a pop ballad in 3/4 time that Daria and Ro only kind of know the words to. They are drunkenly belting, laughing, ad-libbing, and having fun as Chen Fan and Mingzhu continue to dance. Lights shift back onto Daria and Ro, who are back in their apartment.
Actually, I was thinking of you when I was talking to taxonomists during the conference.
Oh?
Yeah, well, remember when we first became friends and you started calling me Ro?
Because fish eggs. Yeah, some of my best work.
So, in a way, you named me Ro. But my mother named me Rosemary. It's the name she had picked out for me even before she knew she was going to have kids, because it was her mom's name. So, my mom wants to name her daughter after her mom. Makes sense, right? But I had a name before Rosemary, too, the one my birth mom gave me.
Wait, what is your birth name? How do I not know your birth name?
Oh, I don't know. I asked. My mom says she has it written down somewhere, but to find it, she'd have to pull out all the boxes and go to the attic and
I'm sorry
for what?
that she won't look for it.
Oh, she's busy. It's okay. But the point is, I am the same person. But depending on the context, I get named different things by different people. You, based on what you knew about me, that my full name is Rosemary and I study marine biology. Amy Rowe. My mom knew I would be part of her family lineage and gave me a name reflecting that lineage. Names are influenced by all sorts of things, especially the people doing the naming. There's a logic and sense of order that goes into naming things, but also a sense of creativity and flair, even. God, fish are awesome to name in that regard because they're so complicated and related to things that don't make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life naming fish. Sick.
Daria flops onto the couch. Ro joins. Chunfun spins Mingzu and she stumbles a bit, but he catches her. They lock eyes and laugh at each other.
Dude, I swear to God, some of those girls at the bar had to be like 15 tops.
That's just what college kids look like now.
Thank God we were never that young.
No, you came out of the womb as a fully formed adult with a Roth IRA, and I've seen 15 my whole life.
I'm excited for us to turn 30.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to be 30.
Why not? Everyone I work with is in their 30s, and they seem way happier and settled than we are.
I don't believe that. There is nothing settled about that 30-year-old bartender flirting with you.
He's not flirting with me.
He so was. Are you kidding me? He did that guy thing where he's all like small smiles, looks down, looks up, eye contact, toothy smile, looks down, lick, big smile. It was so odd.
Daria demonstrates. It's kind of hot. During the following, lights come back up on Chunfun and Mingzu dancing, although it's a slower sway now, more than a waltz.
That was kind of hot.
I know these things. We really did miss you.
I missed you too.
I'm going to miss you once we get to.
I'm going to miss you as well.
Do you want me to
Do you want
kiss
me
you?
to kiss you?
Yes.
In a moment of symmetry, across time and space, both the couples kiss. It's slow and tender. All sounds fade out. Chunfun and Ro break away abruptly. Welcome to Act 2.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
It's okay.
A phone chimes.
Are you okay?
It's not okay.
It's fine.
Phone chimes.
Why isn't it okay?
You don't know everything.
Phone chimes.
Bro, I'm so sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, I need
Phone
to.
chimes.
You want to just check it?
Yes, sorry.
No, please. I'm gonna make some ramen. You want ramen?
Sure.
Ro reads.
Holy shit.
I need to tell you something.
Is everything okay?
I gotta.
Where are you going?
Ro leaves the apartment. Daria sits alone. Lights only on Mingzu and Chunfun.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what they expect?
All these nights we've been on this ship, you've known.
Yes, but that was before.
I can't breathe.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you before.
I can't. Don't touch me. I can't breathe.
Mingzu begins to climb the edge of the deck.
Get down from there!
How far can a ship sail in 4 weeks?
Get down!
I've fallen off of boats before and I lived. Lots of times. I'm a good swimmer.
You're hundreds of miles away. There's no swimming back home. Are you insane? This water is freezing. You die within minutes.
Mingzu vomits over the side of the railing. She straightens herself and climbs back down to the deck. She sits. She cries. Chunfun stares. She stares back with a still, strong anger. He doesn't try to go to her. After a moment, she collects herself.
Are you going to think about me?
What do you mean?
When I'm on my back being raped 10 times a day, are you going to think about me?
Let me.
Because I'll be thinking about you. I'll be thinking
I
about how
understand.
you're the reason why I'm here.
Your
Or was the
anger-
plan for you to leave me and never give
Please
me a
believe
second
me,
thought?
I had no intention of making you feel this way. It might not be as bad as you think.
How could it not be as bad as I think?
Well, for one, you're very pretty, and you're 14, so the odds are the man that buys you will be very wealthy. I see it all the time. You'd be more of a concubine than
Then what?
you'd be taken care of.
Taken care of.
Not all the girls are so lucky.
What happens to the unlucky girls? What happens to the unlucky girls?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You said that if I did well, your employer, my employer, would offer a similar position to my younger sister, you fucking
Calm
bastard!
down. It's going to be
Just
okay.
a few days ago, you were boasting about how many times you made this cross back and forth. Each time, were you bringing?
I never
How could you
meant to
do this?
hurt you. I never thought. I'm going to make it right.
How on earth do you think you're going to make this
I
right?
wasn't lying when I said that I made this journey many times. I've done well for my employers, and because of that, I've gained their respect. Maybe enough that once I save some money, I could marry you, buy your contract from them. Perhaps they'd give it to me for less than normal because of the work I've done for them. And I swear I will be a devoted husband to you. I will take care of you, and I will protect your sister. We can even have her come live with us if you want. I will do everything in my power to make you content and peaceful with your life. I tried so much to dislike you and be cold to you, but I knew the minute I met you that you were a beautiful, curious, and kind person, and that I would be helpless to falling in love with you. Alice, I will love you forever.
You love me?
Mingzu tenderly grabs his hand and the book.
I do.
She takes the book and throws it into the sea.
Then swim.
Mingzu starts to walk away.
You still have to pretend to be my wife. In order to get past the immigration officers, your papers say that you are my wife. If you don't, they will throw you in jail, and chances are you die before you.
Mingzu walks off. Lights down. A spotlight rises on Daria, leaving a voicemail for Ro.
Hey, it's me. You know that. You have an iPhone. You have caller ID. I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing. I see the shoes by the door are still in rotation, so you must have been back to the apartment and I just keep missing you.
Lights up on another part of the stage. Ro is in her lab coach, looking at one of her translucent fish specimens.
I really want to talk about the other night. Something is clearly wrong, and I just want to do whatever I can to make it right. Also, I read up on gobies. You definitely already know this, but a lot of gobies have a mutually beneficial relationship with pistol shrimp. The shrimp can't see super well, but are good at digging. So the shrimp digs a little home for the shrimp and the goby to live in, and the goby is the shrimp's seeing eye fish. And anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you this. You're a marine biologist, but I'm just trying to say I miss you. Can we talk soon, please?
She hangs up. Ro continues looking at her specimen, clearly having not slept. In a dance like haze, Ro and Mingzu occupy the same space together and each hold up an egg. Daria enters the kitchen.
Hey. Hi. Where, what'd you make?
Fried rice.
Cool.
Daria goes to her room. Mingzu walks through the space and holds up her egg. Ro holds up hers. In a moment of symmetry, Ro and Mingzu each look at their eggs, then cracks them open. Ro scrambles her very normal egg into the fried rice. Mingzu gingerly removes the shell, revealing that the egg has been drained of its whites and yolks and contains opium. Mingzu eats a small amount of the opium. Daria re-enters and her voice breaks the spell.
I get it. If you don't want to talk about it, if you want to pretend it never happened, that's fine. Just please, whatever it is I can do to make you my friend again, I'll do it.
It's not that. The other night, you didn't do anything wrong. I just totally freaked out. It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
It's something else. I want to tell you, but I don't want.
You can tell me anything, I promise I won't judge. That's a lie, I can't control whether or not I'll have judgments. But if I do, I'll be super nice about it.
There's nothing for you to do about it.
Okay?
I'm serious.
Okay.
As Ro tells this story, Mingzhu is visible elsewhere, perhaps tripping on the opium, looking at the stars, looking at the sea.
I went with Professor Erickson to this reception thing after a conference, and it was incredible. Just everyone was so floored by her and her work, and everyone listened to her talk. Everyone. I've never seen a woman listened to like that before. But even though all this attention was on her, she kept looking at me, like I was the one she wanted to listen to. And at a certain point in the night, she turns to me and says, "This is boring." And I was like, "Yeah." So we left. And we hung out in her room. We had a couple of drinks, talked about the research, what I want to do next. She asked me, "What do you want to do next, like in my career?" And I was pretty tipsy at this point, so I just go, "I want you." But I meant to say, "I want to be you," and which I said, and then she kissed me and we had sex. I know how it sounds, but it's not like that. It's not. Like, she really cares for me. But it was a mistake and a one-time thing, but I'm really hung up over it, and I just wasn't ready to kiss another person, and I don't think I realized that until after it happened. But the reason my phone was going off so much the other night is, well,
Ro shows her on her phone.
Patent submitted for Rosemarius gobidae?
it's one of the species she discovered on her last research trip. She named it after me.
Has she tried talking to you about any of this since it happened?
No, we haven't talked other than me getting this email. And I mean, it was a one-time thing, so I'm not expecting.
This is such bullshit.
What?
She's your professor and your boss. And I'm so sorry this happened to you.
Nothing happened to me. I wanted this.
But it doesn't matter if you wanted it. Her fucking you is so wrong. It never should have happened.
Listen, not everything is so cut and dry.
She's naming a species of fish after you, after having sex with you at a work event. She's trying to manipulate
She's
you.
not capable of that.
Isn't she? It seems like it's working.
Well, she can't manipulate me, but I can't be manipulated. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, because you knew that I'd freak out because you know what's wrong, and that I would tell you what I think, which is you should report her to the school.
I'm not going to do that.
There's policy.
No, Daria, listen to me. I can't tell anyone about this. It ruined her career, not to mention her marriage.
Okay, well, she did that to herself. When someone invites one of their students to an overseas conference, assaults them, and names a fish after them and keeps them quiet, that person is ruining their career and marriage all by themselves.
She didn't assault me. The name isn't about that at all.
Bro.
No, it was my fault too. We were drinking and flirting.
That's not your fault. She's your fucking teacher.
You don't understand.
I mean, how many other students has she done this to? You have to think about what will happen if you don't say anything. You know
Of
what?
course I know. I know shit. That is my whole fucking thing. I am an incredibly smart person, and I'm going to do great things because I am so smart and I work so hard, which is exactly why I can't say anything. I could see it so clearly at the conference. Hundreds of people were there. Dozens were presenting, and how many of them were women? Other than us two. And how many of those women are actually listened to? One. Her. She's never gonna fucking retaliate against me, but if I get her in trouble for something that was my fault, she'll never be able to help me again. nor with the countless other women she's launched into this field. I'm being smart. So yeah, I know. I understand. You don't. You could never understand.
I understand.
You couldn't even finish art school, and you spend your days either getting high or nannying an 8-year-old. So you do not understand the world I'm living in. They're completely different.
You're lashing out.
Oh, am I? I'm just some hysterical idiot.
I'm not saying that. I just think.
I don't care what you think, Dorian. I don't even want to fucking tell you.
And why did you?
Clearly, I made a mistake. Maybe I thought you'd have something meaningful to share, but I was wrong.
Ro, you're the smartest person I know.
Low bar.
Step over it then. You deserve better.
What, like you? I'm sorry we kissed. I'm sorry it's made things so complicated for you, but I really care about you, but I have feelings for someone else, and I really hope you can accept us and that we can still be friends.
Daria exits. Back on the boat, Mingzu is high on opium. She speaks hazily, to no one in particular.
Hello? Hello? I realized something. I don't know if it snows in San Francisco. It doesn't snow much back home, but I've heard that America can be quite cold. Colder than home. If it does snow, I'm gonna bury myself in it and wake up in the springtime after being asleep so long that no one will remember who I am. I'll climb out of the mud with a tail and gills like Noah. My bones will have shrunk so small that I will move like lightning, so when the next flood comes, it won't even matter to me because I can swim wherever I want to. I'll swim all night underwater and bask in the sun in the morning. I'll be surrounded by all the fish in the world, and I'll never be lonely. And I'll never have to get on another boat again. I don't know what will happen to me. But eventually, I'm going to die. That's the only thing I know for certain. And once I'm dead, I won't be there to tell my siblings what happened to me. So then no one will know what happened. I was thinking about my father just now. If he knew. I can't decide. I see why he takes this stuff now. I feel impervious to anything like grief. You don't realize that I knew more than you thought. I knew his decision to send me here was to repay the debt. I knew he was in debt to your employer because he buys your opium. Opium that was probably hiding in our cupboard in eggs just like this. Your brother was the one that was supposed to do this work, and now you're simply repaying his debt. Everyone's just repaying everyone else. With me. You didn't mean for this to happen. It was an accident. It was a mistake. You performed an action with no intention, no foresight for the aftermath, but that's where I'm different from you. Because when I die, it will be on purpose. I am the only one that will see with perfect clarity what will happen to me. No one else will know what happens to me. My death will be my own accomplishment. When I die, it'll be because I am ready. I will look at the oblivion that lives off this boat, and I won't be scared at all. Because I will know that I am looking at my future. Maybe this ocean can be next season's rain. Maybe it'll bring me back to the river. Maybe dying in this water will bring me back to my mother.
Lights down on Main Zoo. Lights up on Ro at the museum. Ro is giving a tour to a group of unseen middle schoolers. She's holding her jar with the translucent fish with the dyed bones.
And down here is where we keep our specimen collection. Here, we're able to get a closer look at the different types of fish we have, and we compare them to the tiniest detail, like a bone, the thinness of a hair.
The room begins to shake. Ro sets the jar down.
Okay, everyone, remain calm.
Storms and shaking take over both the worlds. On the boat, it's a literal storm taking place just off the coast of San Francisco. As at the aquarium, it's an earthquake. The boat rocks. Meisu, still in a high, is tossed around the deck as people run around and chaos takes over. She grabs onto the railing. Lightning.
Mutual go below deck.
No!
Thunder.
We have to
I'm
go.
not going anywhere with you!
Junfun picks her up and Meisu struggles. He pushes her out of the way and a piece of mask that had broken off, hitting him in the head instead. He falls.
Let's all quickly and calmly cover our heads like this and crouch down on your knees. Find a spot underneath the table or against this wall to my left. It's gonna be over so soon.
Junfun is on the ground. Meisu kneels beside him, and in flashes of light, we see her touch the back of his head and show a hand covered in blood. She jumps up, panicking, looking around for help, then turns back. An idea. She kneels beside him again.
If this works, I'll forgive you.
She begins taking off his clothes and putting them on. Rose stands up again. Nothing in her world is that disrupted, though it was a slightly above normal earthquake for the California standard.
Everyone stay where you are. We have to wait in case there are any aftershocks.
Thunder. Meisu, now dressed as a boy, runs off the stage. All is calm in the specimens collection.
Are we all good? Nothing broken? Okay, you can start lining up in the hallway and head to lunch.
The unseen kids exit the specimens room. Meisu appears. She is wet from rain and sweat and clearly freaked out. Ro sees Meisu. Meisu sees Ro. Act 3, bitches.
Hey, are you?
Meisu walks straight to Ro and hugs her tightly.
Whoa, okay, it's okay, it's just an earthquake.
Meisu cries quietly into Ro's jacket.
I think your class is leaving. What's your name?
Meisu releases and looks up at Ro.
My name's Ro. Are you here with anyone?
Ro notices that Meisu's clothes are all wet.
Hang on a sec.
Ro goes to a nearby cabinet and digs out a sweatshirt that's clearly from the museum's gift shop. She offers it to Meisu.
Bathroom's down the hall if you want to change. It's okay. I'll be here.
Ro picks up a phone off the wall.
Hey, Dave? Yeah, I'm fine. How are y'all? Good. I just wanted to let you know that I think the earthquake made one of the sprinklers go off. Yeah, poor kid from one of the tours got soaked.
Lights shift. Element of a break room. Meisu is sitting at a table wearing the museum sweatshirt. Ro is pouring hot water into 2 paper cups. She's making Swiss miss.
My personal trick is to just use a tiny bit of water to get the powder to melt. But then what you gotta do is put in a bunch of milk. And maybe heavy cream or half and half if you have it. And then heat it up in the microwave. Then it's not so watery. You know, the powder in Swiss Miss is mostly just a blend of dehydrated milk, whey, cocoa, and sugar. So they say you can just add water and it'll rehydrate the milk, and most of the liquid would then be milk. But the dehydration process isolates a lot of the fat, and fat is oil, which doesn't like water since it's hydrophobic. And so basically, when you add the water, the fat from the milk is not really blending properly, and that's why it doesn't taste as creamy. Other ways to restore the fat, you could mix in egg powder and something like sunflower oil. And then if you shake it up, the oils and the fats will get redistributed through the liquid. But it is kind of like if you don't have regular milk, why would you have veggie oil and egg powder? So I just add get fresh dairy that hasn't had its fat all fucked up. Sorry, I shouldn't say fuck. Don't tell your teacher I cursed. You are here with a teacher, right?
Microwave feeds. Rose sets down the 2 cups, one for her, one for Mingzu.
Wait, you can have dairy, right? What's your name?
My name is Alice.
Oh, Alice, like Wonderland. It's a great name. I'm not really supposed to have dairy, but, you know, careful. It's hot.
I don't have a teacher.
You're not here on a field trip? So, how come you're not in school right now? Hey, listen, I'm not a snitch, but you can't hang out here if you're cutting class. You could get in a lot of trouble.
I am not cutting class.
Then what are you doing here?
I just needed somewhere to go.
Where are your parents?
Guangdong.
China? Well, who's taking care of you?
I'm staying with a friend.
What kind of friend? What kind of friend? This friend of yours, is he someone you can trust?
Thought so.
You thought.
I think I was wrong.
It's really hard when you realize you can't trust someone you thought was a friend.
Yeah.
Really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? You can trust me. I'll be your friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk about what happened with this friend?
I don't really know what happened, honestly. I found out he lied. And he wanted to help me. He wanted to be good. But
He didn't make you feel good?
he told me he loved me.
People can say that they love you without realizing that they're lying. And if this person told you he loves you and then did something to hurt you, then he was lying. And love is not like that. I'm just going to talk to someone, okay?
Ro picks up the phone again.
Hi, I have, I think, a lost kid here. Is there someone you can send to come pick her up? Her name is Alice. She's about 13 or 14.
Mingzu hits Ro as hard as she can to get her to drop the phone and tries to run out. Ro blocks the doorway.
Let me go!
I'm not going to hurt you.
You said you were my friend!
I am your friend.
Who did you tell to take me away?
No one's taking you away. I just want to make sure you get help.
I don't want help!
Everyone needs help. Can you stop fighting me, please? Just for a second. Listen, I know this is really scary, but I can't just let you leave until I know that you're taken care of.
Taken care of.
Yes, I need to know you'll be taken care of. Can we please just sit back down? I'm going to call the operator back, and they'll send someone that can find you a safe place to stay for now, okay?
Mingzu sits back down with Ro. She pours a hot Swiss miss on Ro's shirt and runs out. Ro is hurt, but not badly. Lights on Mingzu outside, alone. Sounds of a strange and busy city, either of 1890s or 2020 San Francisco, or both. She's frightened. She picks a direction and walks that way. She stops and turns around. She stops and turns around. She stops and turns around and heads west. She walks and walks until she hits a beach. She sits in the sand. She looks at the water and contemplates swimming home.
I went all the way west! This is the furthest west I can go! We sailed all the way east, and now I'm the furthest west I can go!
Mingzu stares at the ocean. She looks at herself, sandy, scared, and exhausted. Her Chenpun shoes are completely broken. She kneels towards the ocean and bends forward, a bow that is also a collapse. She lies face first in the sand.
Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. If this is like I just need to scream at the ocean type of thing, it's like, been there. But this is more of a, Are you okay?
Shift, the apartment. Ro is talking on her phone.
I don't know where her parents are, Mom. She says they're in China, but I don't know if she was lying or not. She's freaked out when I called the cops, so I don't think I should call them. Well, clearly, if she was that scared, she probably has good reason to. I never should have called them in the first place. What the fuck are they gonna do anyway?
Daria enters, followed by Mingzu.
I'll call you back.
This one's my room.
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Mingzu goes into Daria's room. As Daria talks, she's also putting together some kind of makeshift dinner of leftovers and maybe an egg.
She got you pretty good with the Swissness.
How the fuck did you find her? I've been Googling Amber Alerts and calling shelters for the last 2 hours.
I was at the boardwalk. We had a little talk on the beach. She might crash here tonight.
But how did you get her to come here?
I didn't get her to come here. I offered.
She ran away from me.
Yeah, you were getting someone to come take her away. I'd freak out too.
But how? Like, well, I'm just.
I was walking along the beach and I see this kid with her face in the sand. So I asked her if she was okay. And when she sat up, I saw she was wearing the same sweatshirt you got me from the museum gift shop. I said, "Hey, I have that sweatshirt." So we got to talking and she told me about the Swissness. I also told her we would not try to give her off to some strangers. And I promised her you were cool, so be cool. She's a sweet kid, she's just scared.
Thank you. I was really worried about her. Can we?
Mingzu comes back out. She's now wearing a totally modern clothing, the museum sweatshirt tied around her waist.
Do they fit?
Mingzu holds up her foot, showing off some modern New Balances.
Yes! I'm so glad they fit. They look great. Don't they look great, Rob?
Yeah, those are awesome.
I have a sixth sense about these sort of things. I'm very good at guessing people's sizes.
It's a very good skill.
Thank you. I'd like to think so.
Daria puts up her creation on the countertop for Mingzu.
We're not big cooks, but we got some leftover chicken, beef. There's veggies, eggs, some rice, and we have pork dumplings in the freezer. Those need a few minutes, but if you don't mind the wait.
No, please. This is more than enough. Thank you so much.
No worries. We're not fancy or clean here, so if you want to eat and veg out on the couch.
Daria goes over to the couch and starts flipping through channels. Mingzu follows, bowls in hand, and watches her in amazement. Ro watches this unfold. Daria starts playing a documentary about coral reefs.
I never know what to put on, so I usually just watch whatever weirdo documentary Ro had been watching.
Do you watch fish?
Yeah, pretty much.
Daria keeps flipping through the channels. The animated Alice in Wonderland plays.
Oh, Alice in Wonderland. That was my favorite.
I know that Alice falls through a mirror and has tea with a goat in the book. Alice through the looking glass.
Really? I didn't know that. You're really smart. Were you named after this, Alice?
I think so.
You good?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. I'll just, I'm heading out.
Okay. Ro leaves. A shift. Ro picks a direction and walks that way. She stops and turns around. She stops and turns around. She finds her way to a bar where there's a party. Loud noises, colorful lights, lots of drinks. Ro orders a drink and avoids conversation. A goat approaches and sits by her. He notices her.
Ro?
Hi!
Oh, it's me, Steve, from school.
No, I know. What's with the horns?
Oh, my girlfriend signed us up for this wicked-themed bar crawl. Dr. Dillon.
Oh. Are you a big Wicked fan?
No, I'm just in love.
Oh, God. That's cute. How are things with your dissertation? Not too brutal?
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
Just stuff with my roommate. It's dumb.
Oh,
Oh?
just roommate stuff.
Is there another reason I should be just okay?
Oh, shit, you don't know.
What?
Man, don't tell me I'm gonna be the one to tell you. You really shouldn't be hearing it from me.
Well, tell me what? Dude, come on. I mean,
Listen, I just know because I was working in the admin office and I wasn't even supposed to be there that day. I was subbing for Carly, and you're probably gonna get an email right like the next 12 hours. Someone filed a report against Professor Erickson. Said that Erickson and her had an affair when she was a student. It's really fucking bad. And it's not just that, all her work is getting called into question because there's some shit with like Erickson naming a species after this student. But Erickson is totally cooked and there's gonna be an investigation into all her work. And when I heard, I realized that you were probably gonna get fucked over too, which is totally unfair. I mean, it's great that someone is putting a stop to it and Erickson deserves so a lot. But I mean, I was really distraught to hear all this. I mean, she was one of my favorite professors, so I figured you're probably even more, I mean, yeah. If there's any other faculty that need assistance though, you're gonna be the first person I let know, so don't even.
that, right. No, of course. I knew. Thanks, Steve. You're so sweet. Worrying.
Thank God. Okay, yeah, I was gonna feel so awful if you had to hear it that way, just like from me in a bar when I'm dressed like a goat.
No, I just didn't really process it when you asked me what was up, because I'm just like, you know.
Of course, yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you're okay though.
Rose's phone rings.
Oh, do you need to get that?
No,
I will let you get to it. I actually think our group is leaving. But hey, if you want to join us.
I'm good. Thanks, though.
If there's anything you need.
Of course.
Steve exits. Rose looks at the still ringing phone. She answers.
Hi, Anna.
Shit. Somewhere on stage, Daria is fast asleep. Another place on stage, Rose is walking along the sea. She continues walking as a small hint of sunrise begins to overtake the stage. She stops and perches onto something, like a park bench or a railing on a boardwalk. She calls Daria, who wakes up from the ringtone and answers.
Hello? Ro? Are you there?
Daria, can I ask you something, and can you please be honest with me?
Sure.
Am I the biggest idiot on the planet?
No, you're not.
Was I assaulted and I didn't even notice? Like, did I let someone hurt me and take advantage of me?
That's not fair.
Daria, I think there's something seriously wrong with me. You're so gentle with her. And she doesn't have to do anything to make you be gentle with her. You just are that. And for some reason, I watched you being so gentle to this little kid, and I was so uncomfortable. When did I become like this? Why can't I be more like that? Like, when did holy shit, I'm a fucking psycho. I'm a fucking psychopath. Did I tell you that Anna's wife is from China? It was one of the first things she told me when I joined her lab. Rosemary, nice to meet you. My wife is actually from Guangdong. And I just smiled. I knew it was a weird thing for her to say, but I just didn't care enough to care about it. Like, I would go to office hours and see her photo on the desk, and when I was in the hotel room and I knew I was drunk, I think I wanted her to hurt me. I wanted her to make me work 18 hours straight. I wanted her to invite me to her room when I knew it was wrong, because if she was willing to do something wrong, then fuck, I really thought it meant something good about me. I'm just too smart and irresistible for someone to be gentle with me. Like, she's so attracted to me, she can't help, but now I keep worrying about that. I keep thinking about that photo on the desk and wondering if, and I know it sounds crazy and it's not possible and it's just not, but I had this crazy thought where I wondered if she could be my birth mom. She's not even the right age, but when I think about what my birth mother might be like, I used to just imagine like the blurred shape of a face, no actual features. But now all I see is her, and I can't unsharpen the features. It's the face of the wife on my professor's desk, and I don't even know her name. Anna called last night. She called me like 2 minutes after I found out that a former student has made an allegation, and I still picked up. I picked up the phone and I let her talk. I don't think I said a single thing other than, "Hi, Anna." And Dee, I'm so sorry. I've been a complete ass, and I've been even more of an ass now, waking you up so I can cry about this over the phone like a 5-year-old. Ugh. I'm just so sorry. I don't understand what's happened. I don't know what to do.
I don't think you wanted her to hurt you, Ro. I think that's what she offered you. And you felt you had to accept it.
I thought she was the one being generous. I thought she was the one being so nice for taking an interest in me. It was this gift. I don't know what to do.
That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Do you think the wife knows about me?
Would you feel better if she did?
I don't know. I want to stop thinking about this.
We can talk about something else.
Have you been working on anything lately? Sorry, I know that is like the worst question ever.
No, it's good. I wrote something today when Mingju and I were on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I hear it?
Yes. But you have to be nice even if it sucks.
Of course.
Daria rummages through a bag and pulls out a notebook.
If a fish got familiar with a patch of sand, and they were separated for a while, shipped off to do other things, and met again later on in a glass tank, would the fish recognize the sand that became the glass? Would the glass remember the fish she knew was sand? If I were melted into glass, I'd probably forget my friends.
I love that.
Thanks. Come home?
A shift. The next day, early morning. Ro is in the apartment kitchen. Mingdu enters.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. Where are you going? Don't you want some breakfast or something?
You've already done so much for me.
Don't even mention it. We have cereal and stuff if you want.
Mingdu sits while Ro puts together a bowl of cereal.
You know, you don't have to sneak out. You're more than welcome to leave and come back if you want. Are you sure there's nothing else I can do to help? I want to help. If you're in danger, please tell me. Or if there's somewhere you want to go.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The sun rises in the east, yes?
Yeah.
And the water is towards the west.
Yeah.
So when they talk about America expanding west, do they mean into the ocean?
I don't think that's what they meant.
Can I tell you something? Sometimes, I think I wanted him to hurt me. I can't explain, but I knew getting on that boat was going to hurt me, but I did it anyway, and I can't figure out.
You didn't. You really didn't. No. I know it's confusing, and it's really hard to look at the pieces and everything that's happened and trying to fit it together. Trust me, I know. It feels impossible. Like trying to detangle a web, but every time you touch it, it falls apart or it gets more tangled. And you should know, getting hurt isn't your fault. Sometimes there's no good reason. just happens and it sucks. There's nothing to figure out, there's just what happens next.
What happens next?
I don't know. What do you want to happen next? It's okay if you don't know. But if there's somewhere you want to go, I can help.
Can we go back to the place with the fish? Where I. Can we go back there?
Sure.
A shift. As the two characters speak, an aquarium is built around them. This is a liminal time and space, past and future and present.
The oldest piece of Chinese inscription discovered to date is not a letter to a loved one, a religious text, or a legal proclamation. It's a list of plants and animals.
When my brother was born, my mother explained to me that it was important to give babies names so they could know how to grow up. She named me Mingju, which means bright pearl.
This list is not merely a collection of terms, not only a synthesis of the natural world. This inscription represents a human need that has existed for eternity. The need to look at the world, to give it a name, and sort it into something comprehensible.
A boy I met on a boat named me Alice, which meant an English girl who goes somewhere new and does weird things.
Comprehension, however, is simultaneously the foundation and the downfall of our field.
Logic dictates that I can only be born once and die once. But each new name was a birth and a death. And I think I was born and died so many times that somewhere along the way it stopped getting written down.
Science is not a harmless pursuit. Science will never be a harmless pursuit. Because when we seek to categorize all things according to our understanding of the world, we lose sight of
Wonder was the first word I learned in English.
But as I say this, I also know that there is a reason why humans do this. There's something intrinsic to our survival. To see a fish and know somewhat instinctively it is a fish. I think it's a balance.
A balance between what and what? I'm still trying to figure out.
Ro and Mingju are now standing in one of those aquarium tunnels where the fish surround you on all sides. Through this next beat, the lights are getting dimmer and dimmer.
Wow,
It's cool, right?
we have nothing like this back home. Are you from China?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. I don't know where, though. I was adopted.
Where did you grow up?
Upstate New York.
Did you like it?
Loved it. Mostly. There was this beautiful lake behind my house where I spent hours looking at the fishes.
I was obsessed with fish as a kid.
Really?
I lived in a fishing village.
Oh, that's so cool. Daria actually nicknamed me Ro because...
Because fishes!
Exactly.
That's incredible! You get to work here every day?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to come to the aquarium with my mom, and we'd ask each other, if you could become any kind of fish, what fish would you be?
I'd be that one.
Good pick. That's called a lionfish. See those spines coming from its body? They use those spines to trap and catch their prey, so when it's in their grips, they lunge forward and eat it. Cool.
Are they venomous?
Yes. The spines excrete a venomous poison, but only for self-defense. We used to think that the venom was part of how they catch prey, but turns out that was just a myth.
Which one would you be?
I'd be a pufferfish.
What's that?
It's that fish that puffs up like it has a bunch of spikes. They're my favorite.
Have you ever heard of a person turning into a fish?
No, but you know, evolution is crazy, so maybe someday we'll all turn into fish.
So, if we just wait a really long time, we can all turn into fish.
Theoretically, sure.
Mingzu sits and waits. The stage becomes flooded with light reflecting from the tanks. Shadows of fish begin to circle them. Ro also sits. They wait.
Can you tell me about that one?
The pair disappear into the fish. End of play.
tonight and joining us and being one of the first to hear this new version. Feel free to hang around this area. Let us know your thoughts on this new draft as we begin prepping for our festival run in So a reminder about these QR codes, anything helps. All proceeds from the crowdfunding source will go directly to labor and production costs for our August run, and we hope to see y'all there.